because I have in the room two 6-year agents with us, okay? Because sometimes, you know, it's important to have, is this recording now? Yeah. It's important, actually 6 and 3 years, right? So, you know, we have here 15 years of experience in the room, okay? And I'll tell you why. This is not something new that I didn't do before. We used to always run phone rooms before. You remember those days, Christine? And the reason why we do a phone room, understand this. I know the numbers well enough, we know the numbers well enough that we know what can happen when you're set up with activity. I could also tell you what will happen when you're not set up with activity. Does that make sense? So here's what happens. If you go out on any given day with less than 5 appointments, so 3 or 4 appointments, here's what I can tell you will probably happen. One will be a no-show. Raise your hand if you already had that happen to you. Thank you very much. One at the door will tell you, well, something happened, something came up, and we'll have to reschedule, right? If you have 4, you're down to now 2, right? Then you're going to make your first presentation, and at the end, they're going to say, well, thanks, but no thanks. I don't believe in insurance, or this, or that, or this, or that, or this, or that. You're now left with 1, right? And you get there, and they gave you the address, but, you know, let's put it this way, it was an apartment building, you didn't collect the unit number, then their name wasn't on the list, then you called, and you called, and you called, and no one answered the door. And that's your day. Now, does that sound like a really cool day you would be looking forward to have in this business? No? Well, that's what's going to happen when you have 3 or 4 appointments. And here's the thing. Even if you make a sale on 3 or 4 appointment days, okay, here's the downside of that. If you make a sale on your last appointment, let's just say, and you have nowhere else to go, you stop on a high, when the real benefit would have been for you to have another presentation after that. Because I can tell you in this business, what is the best time to make a sale is right after you just sold 1 person. When you make a sale, you come out of the house with a big smile, right? It's hard to contain your smile, right? Trinity is still smiling from last night's sale, right? He learned something on Tuesday, he implemented it Tuesday night, and you got a sale last night, or that same day, I believe, right? That same day, right? We'll talk about the cancer policy too, right? So this is the accelerating aspect of this business. It's fun. Whenever you walk away and there's a transaction, it feels good. Not just because you made money, although that always feels good, doesn't it? Right? You know? So it's because it happened. So the idea is that you want to capitalize on that momentum and have another sale right after that, right? Or another presentation right after that, at the very least. How is that going to happen? You need to have 6 or more appointments every day. I'm telling you this, gang, if you're going to try to be successful here on 3 or 4 appointments a day, you're gambling. You are literally gambling. Now, the odds of gambling are what? Are you going to win or lose? Vegas is built on what? Losers, right? Most people that go to Vegas do not make money, right? Well, today you don't have to go to Vegas. You go to Woodbine, Aurelia. Where else is the casino? Niagara Falls, right? And gamble, right? And lose. Anytime you're going out on 3 or 4 appointment days, you're gambling. Don't complain if at the end of the day you're losing, because I'm telling you right now, it's not the right setup. Now, the exceptions can happen, but they're called exceptions. So if you do close on low activity, right? Yeah, I'm happy you made money, don't get me wrong. But the ongoing sustainability of this job is activity. Okay, so why we're having phone rooms, and we're going to be having phone rooms every Thursday. I want to make this a clear expectation to you. I want you to communicate this to your family, okay, that Thursday nights we have phone room. And here's the thing, it's not like you're going to be here all night. If you want to leave early, here's the deal. Okay? And by the way, if you want to leave, you can leave because I don't stop anyone from staying here, right? I just highly suggest that if you want to be successful, you follow our advice. Does that make sense? Right? So if someone decides to leave, okay, and I say to them, well, you know what, how many appointments do you have? If you got 15 appointments set up for the next 2 days or over the next 3 days and you want to go home, no problem. If it's already 6 o'clock and you got the 15 appointments set up, go. You'll make it home for dinner, okay? Because I know that if you have 15 appointments, here's what can happen. If we take a 50% show ratio, how many presentations is that? Between 7 and 8, correct? If we take a 25%, forget 30, 25% closing ratio, how many sales is that? At least 2, right? At least 2 sales. What is our average sale size today? Let's say 800. Humor me. Let's say 750. 500 ALP. 500 ALP is what? 2 sales, $1,000 ALP. Well, your paycheck is already $600 by Monday. I much rather you have production come Monday and a paycheck on Friday because of the work you did Friday to Sunday. Does that make sense? Because to me, it's going to be one of the two. If you don't have the activity, then what happens is Monday to Wednesday, it becomes a pressure cooker, right? And not that you cannot perform under pressure, but wouldn't you rather not perform under pressure? Wouldn't you rather not perform under pressure and have what you need? Because here's the thing. If I was to bet on someone, if somebody has production by Monday and you're at $1,000 ALP by Monday, that's why I say, you know what? 2 sales, 1,000 ALP, right? Listen, if you got $900 each pop, 2 deals is $1,800, right? $1,900. Beautiful. Awesome. Let's just say 1,000, right? At $1,000, if I was to line up 2 people and I say, this guy has 1,000, this guy has 1,000, right? This girl, lady, whatever, right? 1,000 or 1,000. This guy has 1,000, this guy has 0. Sorry, 0. Who's going to be more motivated to actually get it done and be more efficient the second half of the week? The person at 0 or the person with production? The person with production. Why? Working with less pressure. Beautiful. Keyword. Okay? You should both come to the office more often. Okay? Okay? They got momentum. Okay? If you already know you got this in the bank, why wouldn't you do a little bit more to get more? You see? But it starts at the beginning of the week. Today, the clock resets. Everyone's at 0 as of today, correct? We're all back to 0, right? The week starts new. So every Thursday night, and I said it in the email, right? Tonight, whoever has the most appointments above 15, okay, above 15, is going to get a dinner card. Because here's the thing. If you're going to be here and you're going to take the time away to make sure you have appointments the next few days, I want you to have a dinner card so you can take your family for dinner later on in the week. Does that make sense? Okay. Second place, another dinner card, but not as nice as the first dinner card. Okay. Third place, takeout. Okay. You can do takeout with that card. Okay. But what I used to give gas cards, right? But I changed it to dinner cards because you know what? At least if it's a dinner, you're going to enjoy it with someone, hopefully. Am I correct? Gas cards are good too, right? Yeah, gas cards are good. Yeah, you know what? The winner will take the choice of, okay? The choice of gas card or dinner, right? You want a $100 gas card or you want dinner, right? $100 gas card, man, gas for the week is paid, right? Beautiful, right? And I'm going to do that every Thursday because I don't expect, and understand something. We have people here in the room that, God bless them, they're here. I sent the email, I said everyone has to come. But if I see that the momentum is there and the appointments are being booked and all that, I'm not going to expect that a year veteran or a 5-year veteran has to be here every phone room. Okay? Now, if you're here less than 6 months, no choice. Okay? We need you here because we care that you develop those habits to be successful. Okay? It's as simple as that. So communicate this to your family, please. Understand this is what's happening at work. Just like if you would in any other company, right? If a company is undergoing some project or something and they say, we're going to require everyone to actually work these days. What should people do and tell family at home? Company's doing this. We're going to be working on these days, right? Adjust it. Because the goal is that Friday and Saturday, if you work Friday and Saturday, or Friday and Sunday, right? Or some of you don't work Friday, you'll do Saturday and Sunday, or whatever, you got appointments, you got activity, because I want you all here to hit your stride. I want you all here to reach your goals. I want you all here to make money. And it's not going to happen just because you're a good person, because all of you are great people. It's going to happen because we do the job the way it's meant to be done, through activity, okay? 1, 3, 4 appointment days, I got to tell you again, it doesn't work. You know, I wish I could tell you, yeah, you can do less and make more. It doesn't happen. You can do very little activity and make a lot of money. It doesn't happen. You can become great at this with 3 presentations or 4 presentations a week. It doesn't happen. You're going to become great at this because you're doing it and doing it and doing it. When you pick up momentum, it becomes exciting. It becomes something where you just want to keep going, right? And there will be the time where you're going to become really good at what you do, and it's going to become like fun. It's fun to close 3 sales in a day, isn't it, Navja? It's a lot of fun to drop $3,000 of ALP in one day, right? You all will be able to do that. It's not just reserved to just a few. It's the same. Do you realize that they both came under the same training, same lead, same premise, same contract? We all came under the same premise. So whatever someone's doing right now and you see, wow, they're doing really good, that could be you too. But you have to have the right approach, of course. You have to do the activity. There's no discount on that. And your attitude has to be in the right place. You know, make sure you check your attitude at the door too, right? So if you go through this list right now, let's go through it together, and then we're going to start training, okay? I renamed this phone room commandments for 2020. You must bring a positive attitude to the phone room, okay? So I got to tell you, check your attitude at the door. Everyone here, not excluding me, all of us, we're dealing with challenges, right? 1 challenge, 2 challenges, 12 challenges, right? I recognize that. And I'm sorry, I can't help you with all your life challenges. I can only help you with one thing in your life, how to be successful here. And you know what happens? I know that if I help you be successful here, it will have a positive ripple effect in the rest of areas of your life. Is that not true? Right? So let's focus on that, please. Bring a positive attitude to the phone room. You must have a goal to book appointments. Example, 15 appointments over the next 3 days. So here's the thing. I know there's people here like Akram and Christine. They work Friday and Sunday, right? They don't do Saturdays usually, right? That's fine, right? That's fine, right? Some people prefer just Friday, Saturday. That's fine too, right? The goal has to be that you have to book at least 15 appointments within those 2 days. Okay, now if you booked 15, but there's like 3 tomorrow, 4 on Saturday, 5 on Monday, and 2 on Tuesday, I mean, that's okay, that's good, but we're focusing on the first half of the week, remember, okay? The first half of the week is what matters, so that come Monday, remember, you're not under pressure, right? Because you have activity and the production followed, right? So have a goal. You should not, the word there is should not. It used to say cannot. I changed it, should not. You should not leave until you hit your goal or time is up, right? You know, I've been doing this Orange Theory Fitness. I don't know if you guys heard about this gym, right? And they have this 1-hour workout. You know what I notice sometimes? I mean, I've been there enough times now, is there's people that leave halfway through the workout. And I was like, they're leaving already? Workout's not done. They had enough. Exactly. It's like, basically, you know, I'm going now, right? I'm like, how are they ever gonna reach their fitness goals if they keep cutting short what they need to do? You see what I mean? So don't cut, remember, this is your livelihood, right? Isn't it? Man, let's not cut it short. It's important. You know, like I said, if you worked anywhere else and they give you a shift from 1 to 9, what are you gonna do? Work from 1 to 9, right? You know. So here you're not punching in and out. You have a choice. You can walk away at 6:30, but if you only have 4 appointments and you're going to drive half an hour or an hour to home, you're not going to be on the phone when you're driving, right? And then you get home, and then yeah, you'll have dinner, and then you realize, well, it's 8:45 now. I can't call anymore, right? Night's done. You only have 4 appointments for the next day. I can't help you. Sorry, right? It's got to be disciplined. So you should not leave until you hit the goal or time is up. Carlos is tonight's phone room steward. He will be the steward of the phone room tonight, okay? And he will collect everyone's numbers at the end of the night. He's got the keys. He'll turn off the lights at the end of the night. But again, time is up at 9 p.m. Again, if you came in with presets, let me be very clear on this. If you already have presets, so in other words, you've been calling throughout the week, right? You got appointments throughout the week. And by 6 p.m., you got 15 appointments. Bye-bye. Go home. You got what you need. Does that make sense? That's the deal, though, right? That's the deal. If you got the appointments, go home. If you don't, stay, because here's the thing. If you only have 10 by 6 p.m., I expect you to book 5 more. Again, from Friday to Sunday. Monday doesn't count because you can build Monday activity from the field the next day and Sunday. You see? It's got to be that you're doing it like that. Again, also, take breaks. It's okay to take a break. Okay, this is not like, prison, right? We're here to work, right? So take a break. Just don't abuse your breaks. Because again, I asked this question to our team the other day, right? To our agency meeting, right? What's the hourly wage in this business? Zero. Yeah, you remember that, right? But the reality is it can be what? $100, $200, $500. I said there's people in this company making $3,000 an hour, right? Even more, right? So don't abuse a break. If you take a break, time yourself. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. Take a breather, step out, have a smoke, go for a drive, get your coffee, come back, get back to work, okay? Don't take more than 3 breaks. I mean, if you're taking 4 breaks, 5 breaks, 6 breaks, then just go home, okay? Don't do anyone any favor, right? No, seriously, right?
A normal job on a 4 or 5 hour shift, you're entitled to 1 20-minute break.
Imagine that. I'm saying 3 here, right? I'm being so kind to you here, right? I'm saying don't take more than 3. Don't take more than 3. So if you're here from 4:30 to 9, that's 4.5 hours. So here's the deal. Call straight for an hour and a half, then take a break. Then call straight again for an hour and a half, then take another break, and then call straight again for another half an hour or whatever. Then there you go. Don't take more than 3 breaks. You must follow this order, priority order with your leads. Okay, so this is not applicable to everyone because you don't have policies in the books yet. It's applicable to Elaine. It would be applicable to Navjot. It would probably be applicable to Ivan, Praveen, Carlos, Akram for sure, and Saksham. If you have policy modifications, policy deliveries, okay, those are your first phone calls. And guess what? Those appointments don't go on impact, but they count. They count. So if you booked a policy delivery, Ivan, right? You got a client, you're going to deliver the policy, that counts as your appointments. Because now a policy delivery has a sheet that you have to deliver and get referrals and see if you can upgrade, correct? Okay, that counts for you. CODs and amendments, same thing, okay? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You know what? I want you to deliver your policies because I know I'm not kidding, right? I know, Akram, that if you're delivering lots of your policies, you're going to upsell on 50% of them. Yeah.
When you deliver the policies, you just say to them, well, we know you're going to qualify. It's the best time to do it.
100%. 100%. 100%. Again, we got people here doing this for 5 and 6 years, okay? So, you should always listen to someone who's been here this long. So, policy modifications, policy deliveries, your own POS. Then it says POS and customer service items. Again, not applicable to everyone, but I know Navjot would have, Elaine would have, Christine would have, Akram would have, Saksham, you may have some, Carlos the same. We'll give you customer service items to call on, i.e. people who missed the premium that you can go and reinstate, i.e. a cancellation that may require a phone call and some attention. Those are viable opportunities. They count for appointment counts. So if you have one and you booked a couple of those appointments over the next 2 days, that's more appointments, okay? Then look at this, your referrals. It says AD&D referrals and other referrals. So all referrals, you should be going back to your no-shows and reschedules, call those back to reset them. And look what it says last. Last is your WillKit, ChildSafe, and Union leads, okay? I realize not everyone here today has their impact activated and you don't have leads just yet. But for example, Joseph, he's working on that right now. So, but Srini, you got leads. Ivan, you got leads. Lydia, you got leads. Praveen, You certainly got leads. We switched you now,
Yep.
right? So no longer Niagara region, Brampton, okay? You got leads, not yet. We're gonna get your impacts activated today. I'm saving leads for both of you, okay? Oh, you got leads, you got some leads. You definitely has leads and you got leads, right? So we have enough people here, 80%, 75% of people here have leads, right? So the expectation is that those are gonna be the last ones you call, okay? And again, please note that the above is an order of priority. Next thing, very important. Don't chit chat with other agents about negative topics or anything else for that matter. Use your time for phone calls. Let me explain this to you because sometimes it's very innocent and you're entitled to think innocently, okay? But once I tell you this, please understand that time is so valuable that you don't want to waste it on unnecessary things. Let me give you an example because this, I used to have to explain to people so they get it, right? Let's say you have a lead, right? And you feel good about that lead. For some reason, this lead makes you feel good. You feel good. You come to your manager or you come to me and you say, well, Byron or Carlos or Christine, right? Well, what should I do here, right? And let's say I do this. Let's say I do this. And I say to you, well, okay, show me the lead. Okay, well, it looks like, they're this old and, you should approach it with this way and focus on the funeral. If they can't qualify, pivot to a cancer, make sure you get referrals and all that. And I spend, 10, 15 minutes talking to you about how to do that, right? But you don't have an appointment with this person. Then you call the lead. They're not interested. We just wasted 15 to 20 minutes. Do you see how it's really not important to go over what the lead is? It's what's important is to call the lead. Call the lead and book an appointment. Don't worry about anything else at that. If you have an appointment, then we can talk about a strategy. If you don't have an appointment, it doesn't matter. It's that simple. I saw this from a manager one day and I wanted to actually break into tears because this person spent 45 minutes explaining a POS strategy to an agent. 45 minutes. Yeah, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, and you're probably going to make a sale with this lead. Okay, 45 minutes. Person calls the lead, phone room disconnected. Can't get an appointment. They just wasted 45 minutes. You know what that means to me? 45 minutes, probably an extra 3 to 4 appointments, right? Does that make sense? So be conscious of this. Focus on the task at hand. The only thing that matters on a phone room is booking appointments. And let me prove that to you. How many of you would like to just go home earlier anyway? Raise your hand, please. So get the appointments done so you can go home earlier. Why waste any other time asking questions that don't matter at the time that matters just to make phone calls? Right? So let's make sure we focus on this because again, Carlos will be in charge. You have people with experience here. But I don't necessarily want Nabjot or Elaine or Christine who has a lot to offer in terms of experience. They've been here combined 15 years, right? I'm going to tell them, if someone comes to ask you a question, tell them you got to be booking appointments, okay? Once you booked appointments, if you want to ask me any questions, let's talk on Monday when I'm back here, okay? Because the truth is this, what matters tonight is just filling up your schedule, okay? Have your scripts in front of you. That's why I asked you, please have all your scripts in front of you, okay? If you're calling on your leads, your scripts have to be in front of you, and I'm going to go over the scripts. Another thing that people are not doing this, I got to tell you, this is important. How many of you have booked appointments and you realize, let's say you're working in Mississauga, so you would know this, Trinity, you would know this, Joseph, right? Carlos too, right? Christine, you work Mississauga too, right? Not good, of course. And you booked one appointment at Dixie and Lakeshore, right? You know where that is? Picture that right now. And you booked the next appointment on, let's say, Winston Churchill and 10th line. And your Dixie and Lakeshore appointment is at 4 o'clock. And your Winston Churchill and 10th line appointment is at 5 o'clock.
Unless someone's a no-show.
How are you going to do that? Now, if you don't know the postal codes and well, it's Mississauga, right? Well, how far can it be? It can be really far, right? So here's why I highly suggest that you have your Impact desktop site open and you click on your map. You realize you can map your leads? You see all your leads on a map, right? So you want to cluster your appointments, okay? And here's the thing, gang. Sometimes I may give you leads in Brampton. Brampton is pretty big now, right? It can be from one end to another in a town, right? It's not the same with Oakville and Burlington. Oakville and Burlington are pretty small compared to these cities, right? Oakville, it cannot be more than 15 minutes away if it's in Oakville. Burlington, probably the same thing, right? Hamilton, Mountain, Hamilton, downtown, it can be a bit of a stretch sometimes, but not as bad as Mississauga, not as bad as Toronto, right? So again, realize too, sometimes Toronto leads, it says Toronto, but it's M9. It says Toronto, but it's M1. What's the difference between those two? Etobicoke and Scarborough. It says Toronto though, right? One at 2 o'clock, one at 3 o'clock. Good luck. Good luck. Why would you do that to yourself? You see, this is why you have tools. You have tools, yeah.
What I do is I have my leads come up on Impact and I hit zip A to Z.
Perfect.
So that they're going to be around the corner from each other.
There you go.
As you're booking.
There you go.
I never make a phone room without, I always do that first thing, whether they're new leads or not.
Right.
No good calling one new lead in
Right.
Brantford, say, and
right.
You've got no more.
There you go. Good advice. There you go.
In A to Z.
Perfect. So do you guys know what she's talking about? Yeah. On your Impact, click on the zip. It'll organize them from, I guess, A to Z. Yeah. Alphabetical order. Yeah, alphabetical order. Yeah. Okay. So then you're actually calling leads that are in a cluster, right? You can do that again on your, but see, the Impact desktop to me, which you can use too, is just a visual of where the leads are. You see? So you have that there, okay? And the last and not least, look at it. Smile and dial. Okay? Smile and dial. People can feel a frown over the phone. Would you agree? They could also feel a smile. Okay? Make sure you're smiling, you're projecting. Okay? All right, let's move on now. Let's pull up your first phone script. Let me give you, so the Wilkit phone script. Let's go over the Wilkit phone script because I gotta tell you right now, I've been listening to some phone calls. If you're calling from 3CX, I have the ability to pull the phone calls, okay? And I gotta tell you, I realized that the Wilkit lead, I took the best person on the phone with the Wilkit lead. He has a 70% contact to booking ratio. So for every 10 people he calls, every 10 people he talks to, he's booking between 6 and 7, let's just say. Okay? I gotta tell you, that's pretty good. Then we have a lot of people booking, 50%, and then we have a lot of people only booking 20 to 30%. And this is an issue because after listening to the phone calls, I can tell you why you're not booking them. You are losing them in the first paragraph. You're literally losing the client. There's a very, very important psychology behind this, okay? And it is psychology, okay? And this is not my invention. I didn't come up with it. It's not original for me. I have learned it. I have done it, and it works, okay? Calling people on the phone to book appointments is not just following and reading the script. Let me tell you that right now. If you just are monotone and you're just following the script, but you're not sounding the way you should be sounding, it's not going to make a difference. And you're not going to book appointments and you're going to breed frustration. Okay? Let me tell you. So this is how it should be sounding. Okay? I want you to notice my tone. I'm going to role play this with Needy. Okay? And notice my tone. Notice my tone. Good evening. May I speak to Needy, please?
Hi, this is Needy.
Hi, Needy. This is Byron from the AL Wilkit division. I'm calling you in regards to the Wilkit you completed at our site, www.thefreewilkit.com. It was on February the 29th at 10 a.m.
Yes, is it?
Okay, pause right there. Pause right there. What did you notice in my tone? You notice that's my tone? Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Bless you. Good evening, may I speak to Needy, please?
Hi, this is she.
Hi, Needy. This is Byron. I'm calling you from the AIL Will Kit division. I'm calling in regards to the Will Kit you requested on our website. You completed on our website, freewillkit.com. It was on February the 29th at about 10 a.m.
Yes.
Yeah? Did you notice? My voice went up, then slowed down, then a little bit higher, then it slowed down again. This, you know what this does to the human psychology? That's it. It captures attention. It feels kind of weird sometimes, actually, to be honest. It feels weird. But it captures attention. Here's how some of you have sounded. Good evening, may I speak to Needy, please?
Yes, this is she.
Hi, Needy. This is Byron from the AIL Will Kit division. I'm calling in regards to the Will Kit you completed on our website, www.freewillkit.com, on March 2nd at 4 p.m.
Yes, but please cancel it.
There's a difference. Learn how to capture attention. You have a very small window of opportunity. Okay. Here's another tactic. Okay. This works. This works. When you're finishing the sentence, you finish it with a question mark. Right? So let me role play now. Eileen, I'll role play this with you, okay? Good evening, may I speak to Eileen, please?
Yes, speaking.
Hi, Eileen, this is Byron. I'm calling you from the AIL Will Kit division. It's in regards to the Will Kit you completed, a Will Kit request you completed, so add the word requester, please. You completed on our website, www.freewillkit.com. It was done on March the 6th at about 10 a.m.
Yes.
I extended my sentence at the end with a like question mark. It's a question, right? Did she do that or not? Now, did they do it? Did they do it? They did. They do it. So the only word that should come out of their mouth when you get there, when you get to that point is yes or they usually don't say no, right? If it's done like this, if it's done like I did it before, they want to say no. And they will say no. And that's why some of you are only booking 20% of those leads. And you're wondering, oh my God, how can I get appointments? Let's just work on your phone skills. You get your phone skills to par, I promise you, you're going to book more appointments, okay? And you see how easy it is to do this wrong? It's very easy to do it wrong. Very easy to do it wrong. You have to be loud, clear, and have this as you go along. There is tempo on the phone call that you have to have. Now, let's carry on. So, Eileen, will you need 1 or 2 kits? One for yourself only, or one for yourself and for your spouse?
One for myself.
Just for yourself, okay? Is there a spouse?
Yes.
Okay, and so usually they say 2, but anyways, so that's fine. What's your spouse's name?
Clint.
Clint? Okay, perfect. Now, the next question is, now do you still live at, and you verify the address. 50% of you were skipping that, and you were verifying at the end. Let me tell you why that's wrong. You need to get 2 or 3 consecutive yeses before you actually close on the time slot. You need that, because what happens is you're going to get them on the yes train. You need people to say yes to you at least 3 times. That's why, here's an easy way. You want to add another yes? Very simple. Here's how you add another yes, right? Good evening, may I speak to Eileen, please? Hi, Eileen, this is Byron. I'm calling you from the AIL Will Kit division. It's in regards to the Will Kit request you completed on our site, freewillkit.com, on February the 29th at about 4 p.m.
Yes, I remember.
Perfect. So it's, well, you need one kid or two kids? Is it one for yourself or one for yourself and your spouse?
Two of them.
Two? Okay, perfect. And your husband's name is?
Clint?
Clint? Perfect. Now, do you still live at 123 Main Street in St. Catharines?
Yes, I do.
L2N2P5?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. I split the address in two. I got 2 yeses now, right? Now, how many yeses at this point? I'm at 4 yeses, right? Now, I'm preparing to close on the appointment. Now, just to let you know, there's a 2-part program. First part is to provide, and you kind of run through this, okay? You're not going to emphasize this. You're going to run through this. Just to let you know, it's a 2-part program. The first part is to provide the will kits, power of attorney, and family information guide. We'll go over how to properly complete it, as well as the legalities above. Second part, we will provide you information about our supplemental benefits. We're going to be working in your area the next day. What would be a good time? I'm going faster now. I'm going faster. I've confirmed the information I need to confirm. I got the attention. They confirmed they ordered it. They gave me the spouse's name. I know where they live. You see? This happens fast. The appointment should be booked within 2 minutes or less. If you're 5 minutes on the phone and you book it, that's a no-show. You know what? If you take too long to book it, it means you're probably going off script. Okay? You're probably going off script. And then what happens is it doesn't prove a point if you booked it at the end, because you would have still booked it had you been on script anyway. You see? And then it says, we'll be working in your area the next day. What would be a good time to deliver your, it's going to explain the benefits you're entitled to. Would between 5 and 6 be good for you and Clint?
Yes.
Perfect. Could you please grab a pen and paper?
Sure.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready right now.
Once again, my name is Byron. I slow down now.
Myra.
I work for AIL Wilkett Division, and I'll be seeing you and Clint tomorrow between 5 and 6.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you slow down. So, first paragraph, you're going to do 40 miles an hour. Next paragraphs, you're going to do 60 miles an hour. Last paragraph, you're going to do 30 miles an hour. Does that make sense? That's the tempo that you have to keep. When you're monotone in your phone script, first of all, it feels like you're reading, right? Who's here ever had a call from a telemarketer in the past? How many of you could tell they're just reading off a page? Do you feel like continuing to listen to that person, or do you immediately want to disengage? You disengage, right? Well, let's not become telemarketers, because we're not telemarketing, but they can treat you like one if you're not doing this right. Okay, remember, they hopefully consciously went online, clicked, read, and decided to, I mean, when you input your first name, last name, address, email, you put your email, right? They put the email, and phone numbers, that's a conscious decision, right? That's not like, you know, I was drunk, I don't remember what I did, right? No, right? It's a conscious decision. Let's capitalize on that. And remember, I'm giving you the least fresh off the press. When you get a will kit lead, man, it's 1 or 2 days old. Am I not correct? It's fresh. Okay? It's a very, you know, blunt upfront script that you have to use. But you have to use the ebb and flow of the tone, the high and the low. Okay? That's what captures attention. Another thing, not all people who request a will kit are seniors. Have you noticed that? Right? Many are not. Right? Now, if you notice offhand that it's a senior who answered the phone, slow down. Okay? Don't run through the script. Slow down, because if you go too fast, you'll turn them off. Okay? So slow down on that. Now let's deal with the objections. Common objections you're going to get is, why do you have to come? I thought we were just going to mail it, right?
Yes. This objection, I hear many times, can't you just mail it?
Mm-hmm.
So I explain that, no, I need to come see you, because I need to explain you all the legalities involved.
Mm-hmm.
I need to provide you discount card and family information guide, and
Mm-hmm.
it will take some time to explain you.
Mm-hmm.
But they just want to mail it. So what can I
Yeah,
do?
so let me help you. So, and again, I'm trying to teach you this right now so that you can be booking more than 50% of your will kit appointments, okay? Is that fair? So in other words, it's not going to be you're going to book 100% of them. Listen, I already know the lead is profitable. Okay, it's a profitable lead. But you have to be seeing 50% of them at the very minimum. Okay? And some people are seeing 60%. 60% of the Will Kit leads they get to see, which I'll tell you right now, that's the same as a union lead, by the way. Okay? Because for every 10 union leads, we get to present to 6 or 7. Am I correct? Right? Elaine, would you say that? For every 10 union leads, 6 to 7 get a presentation? Right? In the same week. I mean, you may hang on to some, you present later, but fresh off the press, 6 to 7 presentations right away, right? So what you should be saying is, you know, the reason why we do deliver it is because it is a Will Kit, it is a power of attorney, okay? And there's other benefits, right, as well, such as the family information guide. So would tomorrow between 5 and 6 be a good time? I keep it very straight. I keep it very short and to the point. How long is this going to take? It shouldn't take more than a few minutes of your time. Once again, would 5 or 6 work for you guys tomorrow? I go back to closing. And you know what? More often than not, if you start explaining too much about something else that they're going to get, that's when you actually turn them off. Keep it short, simple, and to the point. The reason why we deliver it is because, as the website said, right, it's a legal document. It also includes your power of attorney and the family information guide. So would tomorrow between 5 and 6 work for you? And I go back and close. Then you're not going to book it. Then you're not going to book it. Because like I said earlier, right, you're not going to book all of them. I'm trying so that you all can book 50 to 60% of them. That would be good. Okay? Yeah.
I would add another thing, don't wait for them. When you tell them, when they object you, you answer. Again, go back to the script. Don't wait. Don't pause.
Yeah, what she's saying is go back and close on a time slot. That's what she's saying. So let me role play this incorrectly. Let's do it incorrectly. Okay? So let me role play with Akram, okay? So I'm going to try to close and you're going to give me the objection. So we'll be working in your tomorrow and the next day. What would be a good time, Akram, to deliver your kits and explain the benefits that you're entitled to? Would you and Mohammed be home tomorrow between 5 and 6?
I thought that you would make it.
No, actually, we come out and deliver it to you because it includes a power of attorney and a family information guide.
Okay, so why you don't mail it? I know everything about it.
See what happened there? I overcame the objection and I didn't say here's what I should have said. Here's what I should have said. So give me the objection.
I thought that you would make it.
No, like I said on the website, Akram, we do deliver it to you because it includes a power of attorney and a family information guide. So would tomorrow between 5 and 6 work for you, Mohammed?
Yes.
That's it. I'm closing on a time slot. Because the answer to that question is what? Yes or no. Now, if she says no, that doesn't work, would between 7 and 8 work for you then? Now, the question is no longer if I'm coming or not. The only question now is when I'm going to see them. You see? It flips there. You want to get them past the fact that we're going to deliver it really fast. And I can tell you, when you're engaging on the phone from the beginning, that's why sometimes you're not booking it too. If you did, remember the one that, you know, good evening, may I speak to Akram, please?
Yes.
Hi, Akram, this is Byron. I'm calling you from the IL Will Kit division. I'm calling in regards to the Will Kit. If you're starting like that, don't expect to book a whole lot of appointments. Because again, you're missing this. You're not capturing attention, right? You're not using the ebb and flow of the tone, right? But if I'm capturing the attention, right? Here's another thing you should do. Some of you need to be standing when you call, right? Get your impact, get your headphones, stand. Sometimes, you know, this position, your diaphragm being straight, right? Project your voice a little bit more, okay? If you're sitting and you're slouching, you may be sluggish, your phone sounds sluggish. Your voice sounds sluggish, okay? So stand, so you can project more. So the key there is to overcome the objection. So whether you say what I said, whether you say what Nidhi was saying, keep it short and go back to closing a time slot, okay? And again, really important, the last step, really important. Could you please grab a paper and a pen? Let me know when you're ready. Okay, you're closing on the appointment. Remember, the phone is to do one thing, is to sell your time, nothing else. You're not gonna sell insurance on the phone. There's gonna be people that say, if you're trying to sell something, don't bother. It doesn't matter. There's many people who say that, forget on the phone, at the front door, but they let you in and they say, thank you. I really appreciated that you came. So whatever they say on the phone, as long as they give you an appointment, it doesn't matter. Just go in, okay? Trust the fact that, you know what? See, that's why sometimes if someone's really, really not interested, you're not going to get the appointment. Don't worry about it. Think about that, right? If they really just hate people, right? Some people do, right? You know, just forget it. Okay, fine, no problem, right? Get used to that. It's going to happen, okay? But that's why we have a lot of people to see. You know, I just looked at our impact folks. We have right now assigned leads. Can I tell you right now? Over 4,000. Over 4,000 assigned leads right now to this agency. You know, that means to me, there's right now, this coming week, at least 300 to 400 people that we could make presentations to, right? And I'm putting that lightly, right? You know, but that's why, again, we have to get really good at what matters the most. This is one of the things that matters the most. So let's go to the next script, okay? Who's got union leads right now? Raise your hand if you have union leads, you service union leads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. Okay. Union script and standard rebuttal. You want to take, who doesn't have the standard rebuttal, please take a copy here. Okay.
It's action. Action is.
What is that?
Okay. So we got the union script first of all. Let me role play this with Carlos. Again, I'm doing it correctly. I'm not doing it incorrectly. Actually, let me do it incorrectly first, because this is the easiest script to mess up. And once you mess it up, you can't unmess it up. Seriously. Hello, is Carlos there?
Yes, Carlos speaking.
Hi, Carlos. This is Byron. I'm calling you from AIL.
AIL, what's that? Who's AIL?
American Income Life. You don't deserve that appointment. If you do this, you don't deserve that appointment. Listen to me. You don't deserve to book that member. You already messed it up. Okay? Here's how it should be done. Hello, is Carlos there?
Yes, Carlos speaking.
Hi, Carlos. This is Byron, and I'm calling you from AIL. It's in regards to the little reply card you sent us back from your union. You're with the UFCW 1006.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
First pause. That's what it is. So I say the name of the union and the number of the local. Okay? So you're with the UFCW 1006. You're with USW Local 721. You're with LaUna Local 183. You're with Unifor Local 414. There's only one answer to that. And the answer is yes. You don't pause where it says AIL. You don't pause. Now, we are calling from AIL, aren't we? It is American Income Life, right? So we cannot not say we're not from AIL. We're also not from the union. But here's what happens when you do this right. Here's when you know. And you know what? You're entitled to have a smile or kind of laugh if this happens to you. Because I always laugh and I say I'm doing it right. Okay? If you call and the wife picks up and the husband filled out the card, right? So let's say your husband filled out the card, right? And I do the script and you're gonna say, hang on a minute. I'll put him on the phone. Here's what it's gonna sound like, okay? Hello, is John there, please?
Hi, John is not here. This is Nidhi, his wife.
Oh, hi, Nidhi. My name is Byron. I'm calling from AIL regarding a little reply card that your husband John sent back from his union, the Unifor Local 414. So you're gonna this is what she's gonna do now. She says, okay, hang on, John. The union's calling. Now, did I say I'm from the union? No. I said, I'm from AIL regarding a reply card. Your husband sent back from, right? Because that's the last thing they heard. So what have I successfully done now? They're paying attention now because I'm calling regarding a reply card he sent back from the union, which is true. Here's the card, right? You see, when you call and you say, well, hi, I'm calling from AIL. You just wasted that lead. No, seriously, you have. Okay? Another thing people do sometimes. Hi, is Carlos there, please?
Yes, Carlos speaking.
Hi, Carlos. This is Byron. How are you?
Who is this?
Where is how are you in the script? Don't do it. You may think it's innocent. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Okay? So let's do it right. Here's an alteration you're entitled to do. Hear me out. Good evening. May I speak to Carlos, please?
Carlos speaking.
Hi, Carlos. This is Byron. I'm calling you from AIL. It's in regards to the little reply card you sent us back from your union, the Unifor Local 414.
Yes, yes.
It was regarding the supplemental benefits you're entitled to, Carlos, the extra $4,000 policy. You put Mary as your beneficiary.
Yes, that's my wife.
That's your, okay. So that is your wife. Perfect. So they usually say yes. And then I say, is this your wife? Whatever the relationship is. And they say another yes. The key here is this. This paragraph should get me 3 yes responses. Now, I need someone with a timer. Can someone time this, please? Get out a timer from your phone, you know, like a timer, a compass, right? Okay, so I'm gonna role play this again. Time it, Saksham or Praveen, whoever, from hello to his last yes, just time it out, right? So, hello, good evening, may I speak to Carlos, please?
Carlos speaking.
Hi, Carlos, this is Byron, I'm calling you from AIL. It's in regards to the little reply card you sent us back from your union, the Unifor Local 414.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Carlos, it was regarding the supplemental benefits you're entitled to, the extra $4,000 policy. You put Mary as your beneficiary.
Yes,
Is this your wife?
yes, it is.
Pause. 22 seconds. 22 seconds in that paragraph. I got their attention. Okay? Okay, so you're gonna keep timing it as I go through, okay? So go ahead, restart. So great, the reason we're calling is simple. We have your certificate here and package of supplemental benefits, Carlos, and they have us working in your area tomorrow. Now, do you still live at 1285 here on Ontario Street, unit 1205 in Mississauga?
Yes, I do.
Great. So what would be a good time to deliver this to your certificate and explain the benefits you're entitled to? Are you and Mary home tomorrow between 6 and 7?
Yes, we get home at 6 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. So Carlos, could you please grab a pen and paper? Just let me know when you're ready. I'll give you my information.
Okay, go ahead.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. So once again, my name is Byron, B-Y-R-O-N. I do work for AIL. You know, we work in cooperation with your union, Unifor Local 414. And I'll be seeing you and Mary tomorrow between 6 and 7, okay?
Okay.
Take care. Thanks. Bye. Pause. Seconds, so a minute and 13 seconds. Okay? That's what I said before. Strong phone etiquette will get you appointments between 1 and 2 minutes. Poor phone etiquette will keep you on the phone longer and booking less. Because then what happens is you book by submission. You know what that means? You kind of convince them to see you. But a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. And what happens is it doesn't seem as important because it's almost like they had to agree. Do you see the psychology here? If they had to be convinced to see you, it's almost like they're doing you a favor, right? Now, should these people do any favors to you? Do you know them? Do you have a personal relationship with them? Do you wish to have a personal relationship with them?
No.
Okay. So we're only there to provide a service. The service they requested, right? You would never give a hard time. Have you ever done skip the dishes or Uber Eats? And the nice man or woman comes to the door with a smile and hands you would you give them shit?
No.
Well, I mean, the food's late, there's an issue, you might just, but for the most time, they do a good job, right? You order it, they prepare it, and they show you the food being prepared and the pictures, and they say, so-and-so is picking up your food, and then you see the little map, and it's like, okay, there they go, there they go, there they go. They picked up my food, and then they drive to your residence, and they hand you the food. You ordered it, right? So you wouldn't think of giving them a hard time. The same attitude has to be with you and them. They ordered it. Remember, it doesn't make sense for us to have too many people not interested. It doesn't make sense. That's why I was dying to do this training for you. I really was, because you know what? I said to the whole management team, you know what, guys? I'm going to take the lead on this. And I'm going to make sure everyone gets the best of me on this, because I want you all to be spot on, bang on, booking appointments. So when you come to a phone room, man, you know, oh man, I got 10 appointments. I got 20 appointments. You know you're going to see people. And let me ask you all a question. Isn't the most cool part of this job when you make sales and you see very nice families and they treat you like almost like, man, they're so grateful to the service? Raise your hand if you know that feeling. It feels good. I want you to do more of that. Not just once or twice or 3 times a week. Man, it can happen 5 or 7 times a week to you. It can happen 10 times a week for you, right? But you need the activity. You got to get in front of them, right? Starts with a phone call, right? So let's go back now and do some rebuttals, because I have the standard rebuttal here. And this is very, very simple. And there's a psychology behind it. And I'm going to work with you right now on the rebuttals, Carlos. So give me any rebuttal that's there. You're going to have to write stuff down on this, because for every rebuttal, there's a stock response. Bless you. There's a stock response and then the rebuttal. Okay. So Carlos, let's role play this. Okay. So let's say I am at the point of, and by the way, sometimes it doesn't matter when they give the objection. It doesn't matter when they give the objection. It's if it's in the beginning, halfway, or at the end. And I can tell you most of the time it's going to be one of these 7. Okay. So Carlos, we will be working tomorrow on the next thing. What will be a good time to deliver your certificate and explain the benefits you're entitled to? Are you and Mary home tomorrow between 7 and 8?
Could you just mail it?
Actually, Carlos, the mailing has already been done, but can I ask you a question? Were you at the meeting where this was explained?
No.
No? Okay. Do you go to any union meetings?
No.
No? Okay, you know what? That's okay. You know what, Carlos, let me just back up a little bit and tell you what's going on, okay? So simply what's going on is the following. Your union is having a group enrollment. During the enrollment, certain benefits open up to the members. I don't have to read it. I know it. One of the benefits is the $4,000 accidental policy, which has been taken out for you at no additional cost. Your certificate is in my possession. My job is really simple. I'm going to deliver your certificate, get your signed beneficiary designation, and explain the benefits that you're entitled to, okay? So would you and Mary be home tomorrow between 6 and 7?
Okay, yes. Yeah, we're home at 6 o'clock. That's fine.
Done. Could you please grab a pen and a paper? Now, the stock answer there is, can you just mail it? What was the stock answer? The mailing has already been done. Now, isn't that the truth? How else would they have mailed back the card? We first did a mailing. Actually, the mailing has already been done, right? You send back the card, and that's why I'm calling. But can I ask you a question? Yes. Were you at the meeting when this was explained? Now, is my voice now, what is my voice telling you right now? It's my like surprise, questioning, and questioning, right? I have a little, there's cadence in my voice too, right? You guys understand the meaning of cadence? Cadence is evoking feeling. I'm communicating more, not with the words I say, but how I say these words. How you say it is more important than what you say, right? Right? So again, it's embodying that question mark, embodying that like, oh, were you not at the meeting where this was explained? What? What meeting?
Them feel like,
And that means like, and that's like, well, hang on a minute. And here's the truth. Do you realize that 90% of union members don't go to the union meetings? Anyone here ever had a union job in the past? Anyone had a union job in the past? Good. Well, you have a union job now, right? Do you all go to your union meetings, right? No, no one does. Most people don't, right? So were you at the meeting where this was explained? No, I don't. What is that? Do you go to any union meetings? No. Okay, well, in that case, let me back up and tell you what's going on. It's almost like you want to prove to them how uneducated they are about the process, and then you want to educate them about the process. Does that make sense? So how can you educate someone that doesn't know they're uneducated about it? You have to prove to them they're uneducated about it. Or uneducated is maybe not the right word. Uninformed. Uninformed. Well, ignorance is a strong word, right? I wouldn't call them ignorant. So are you ignorant now? No, no. So just uninformed. It's just information, right? And here's the thing. What are the key words we use here? Explain the benefits you are entitled to. Don't say, well, we're going to explain some benefits that we offer. Wrong. Wrong. By the way, does any of our script says benefits that we offer? No. Why do you think that is? It's the wrong thing to say on the phone. Yes, Rhonda? Well, of course. And who in the right state of mind wants to say, you know, honey, we're bored on Friday night. Why don't we just invite a couple salespeople, right? You know, and see what we can purchase, right? Who would do that, right? Remember, we have natural sales resistance. It's built into you. You're not supposed to want to buy anything, okay? Ever been retail shopping? You're looking at something, clerk approaches you. What's your immediate stock response? They say, can I help you with something? Just looking. Well, get out. I don't want to buy anything, right? You know, it's built into you. Don't blame it on them if they feel the same way. That's what we have to use the right language. Sales is all about disclosure. It's all about disclosure. Okay? There's the right time to disclose certain things. Don't feel bad. It's okay. I mean, everyone here drives a car, right? You've all purchased cars before in the past? Okay. Well, how do you think, you know, when they put that big sign outside that says 0% or 0 down, what do you think that's there for? To get you in, right? Oh, you want wheels on that. Okay, well, that's going to be a little bit more, right? You know, it's marketing. That's all it is. It's marketing. So we have to market it so that we can actually get in front of them. You see? Because here's the thing. When you make a sale, right? When you do make a sale, do they complain to you how you book the appointment? Do they ever say, you know, I'm going to buy the policy, but, you know, I'm really angry at you, how you told me on the phone. You're entitled to. You're selling me. They're not going to do that. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Sometimes I know some of you may, you get all tripped up with the words in the process. Well, no, I want to tell them, you know, hi, Carlos, I'm from AIL. We sell life insurance. I'm training someone tomorrow, and we're going to be there. And man, at least half an hour just to convince you to buy. Who's going to give you appointments? No one's going to give you appointments. Imagine if the union letter, you guys have the union letters, right? Have you seen the union letters? Okay. Imagine if the union letter just had the title, the union, and said in big letters, if you send back this card, you'll have 5 different insurance agents calling you. Card. How many people would send back the card? No one, right? We wouldn't have a functioning business. We protect millions upon millions of families because you know what? At the end of the day, it's something good for them. Okay, life insurance, cancer insurance, the only regret people ever have is they wish they had it sooner. Don't get tripped up in the process. We have a process to do the job, you know? And to be honest with you, when it comes to marketing and all that, I mean, there's companies out there that I actually do feel bad for what they do. I do feel bad. No, seriously, I do feel bad. I mean, I drink Coke sometimes, but I know how sneaky they are to actually market Coca-Cola as a healthy option. Believe it or not, they do that. They do that. And they do it so smartly because they have billions in the bank, right? They hire people to release studies that say the real reason why people have this or that, diabetes or this, is because of lack of exercise. It has nothing to do with soft drinks and the amount of sugar it has in that shit, okay? So think about those things. Big companies do it. Do they get away with it? They do. We're actually doing something good. We're selling insurance for people. So you don't have to feel like all tripped up. Well, you know, no, man, these are the words. Use the words to get the result. Because at the end of the day, here's the question I have for you. Do you want to be right or do you want to help people and make money? Make a choice. Do you want to be right, or do you want to help people and make money in the process?
But here we are both, we are right as well. We are not wrong.
True, true. Yeah, true. What I'm trying to say to you is sometimes you may get tripped up in the process or the words, right? Because you may feel, well, no. It has to sound like this. No, these are the words you're asked to use because they work. And if you deliver it in the fashion I'm trying to teach you, it will work for you. It's a process. You're going to get good at it with time. You do it and you do it and you do it and you do it and you will get good at it. But it has to be done in a certain way. So let's go to the next objection. So you did the first one, Carlos. Let's do the second one. So go ahead. You start with the objection.
Okay, is this about insurance?
Carlos, there's benefits you're entitled to, but can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Were you at the meeting where this was explained?
No.
Okay. Do you go to any of the union meetings?
No.
No. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Okay, Carlos, and explain to you what's going on. Simply what's going on is the following, and I go through the same thing. Next one. Next objection.
Why do you have to come to my house?
No, the next one is?
Oh, sorry. No, you know what? I'm not interested.
Carlos, not interested in what?
Uh,
It's already been done for you. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Were you at the meeting where this is explained? Do you go to any union meetings? And you go through the same script. Next one. Next one.
Why do you have to come to my house?
To deliver and explain the benefits you're entitled to, Carlos. Now, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Were you at the meeting where this was explained? Stock answer. Next one. This is common.
Would you try to sell me something?
Carlos, there's benefits you're entitled to that you may qualify for, but can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Were you at the same thing? Last one? Last two, yeah.
I already have insurance.
That's great. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Were you at the meeting where this was explained? Last one?
No, you know what? I don't want this.
It's actually already been done for you. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Were you at the meeting? Same thing. I give you all the stock responses. All those are stock responses. Stock responses. So can you just mail it? The mailing has already been done, right? The mailing has already been done. Is this insurance? There's benefits you're entitled to. Not interested. Not interested in what? Will you have to come to my house to deliver and explain the benefits you're entitled to? Will you try to sell me something? There's benefits you're entitled to that you may qualify for, right? And I already have insurance. That's great. Can I ask you a question? You go right into it. And I don't want it. It's already been done for you, okay? So those are the stock responses you have from that. Let me work on the last two scripts so we can get going. There is the, okay, I don't have it here, but there's the child safe and the referral clinic, the referral phone script. Okay, so, okay, let me do the referral and then the POS. I gotta commend someone. It's very nice to see that when it happens in 1 week. Ivan, this last week, folks, reported 48 referrals collected. Is that correct? Yes. That is correct? Okay, well, if it's correct, let's give a round of applause because that's a really good job. Now, this is the referral phone script now. With 48 referrals, I'm going to tell you right now, you should be able to book at least 10 to 12 of those. At least, okay? At least. So here's the referral phone script. Now, first of all, I got to tell you, it's a three-part, it's a document with 3 parts. It's 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3. You got it? Referral clinic, it's called? Okay, so let us start off by defining a properly collected referral. So what does a properly collected referral looks like? A properly collected referral is one that can be easily contacted by an agent and an appointment can still be made. So here's what I mean. Any agent. So if he did his job properly in collecting the referral, if I call on that lead, I should have an equal chance to be able to book that. Does that make sense? Okay. In order to achieve this, we must understand what information is needed so that the agent who collected it or another agent can call the referral and have the exact same opportunity to book an appointment. A properly collected referral must have the following. First and last name of the person referring. So Whoever referred you to them. Union member, association member, WillKit lead. Very important. Relationship to the person being referred. I've seen this happen. Okay? When you're collecting the referral on the laptop, it says relationship, right? To the right side? Okay. So if I'm talking to John and he's referring me to his son, and his son name is Peter, I'll put Peter, relationship, father, right? Right? So when I'm calling Peter, I say, your name and number were given to me by your father, John. I've seen this happen. Hi, may I speak to Peter, please?
Peter speaking.
Hi, Peter. Your name and number were given to me by your son.
I don't have a son.
I don't have a son. Yeah, his name's John.
That's my father.
Click. What? You don't deserve that appointment. Okay? You're right off the bat. You see? Make sure you do that right. So, name of the group person referred you belongs to. So, again, if there's a union lead who gave it to you, or ChildSave, or WillKit, or whatever, right? Telephone number, very important, of course. Now, add that cell phone number, okay? Telephone and cell phone, okay? City they live in. This is important, gang, okay? Because I've asked for people referrals, and sometimes, where do they live? In Brampton. Okay, no problem. Where in Brampton? By Square One. That's not Brampton, okay? You see how that can happen? So you need to make sure you're getting the information correctly, right? So including postal code if possible, if not major intersections, name of spouse if applicable, occupation and number of children. When you're collecting referrals, Reggie's teaching you this, is he not? Is he not? There's a sequential order of questions. You need to follow that because, again, it works. Next page. You go to the next page now. Okay, let me role play this now, okay? I'm going to role play this now again with Carlos, okay? Good evening, may I speak to Carlos, please?
Carlos speaking.
Hi, Carlos, this is Byron. I'm calling you from AIL. Carlos, your name and number were given to me by your father, Jack. Did he let you know I would call?
No.
No? Okay, you know what? Let me back up a little bit, okay? They probably just forgot, okay? So actually, that's the next script. Never mind. That's the next script. Sorry, 1.3. Sorry, 1.3. If they answer no, they didn't say anything, proceed by saying, you know what? In that case, Carlos, let me just back up a little bit and explain to you why I'm calling. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I recently went to see your father, Jack. In fact, I was there on Saturday. And as you know, he's a member of Unifor Local 414. And as members, certain benefits opened up to him. One of the benefits was an accidental policy for $2,000 that he could extend to his family members and close friends at no cost. So when I asked Jack, he chose to include your brother, Peter, your sister, Jane, as well as yourself. This is key. This is key because what I've just done to him is I've told him I was at your dad's on Saturday. As you already know, he's a member of this and this organization. He was entitled to this benefit, and he chose to extend it to. Now, if I'm talking to Carlos, and I'm saying his sister, his other brother's name, and his other sister's name, what's he going to believe now, right? There's credibility in this person. Think about the psychology that has. If you're not doing this with your referral phone calls, I got to tell you, your referral script is busted. Your system is going to be suffering because you're not capitalizing on the credibility that family members can bring you. I can tell you when you do this, first of all, you got to be collecting referrals. Right? First, you're not collecting referrals, you can't get to this. But if you're collecting referrals, and you're collecting the siblings and other people, capitalize on the fact that they would know those people. Because see, how could he at that point in time feel, because see, the credibility is what you have to establish in a phone script. The credibility goes high right there, right? Because, oh shit, this guy really knows my family, right? If I name drop, he's got 4 siblings, and I say, yeah, Peter, Jackson, Susan, Jane, they all got referred to by your father, then the attitude would be different on the phone. You see, many of you don't get there, maybe because you didn't collect enough. That's why when you're collecting referrals, try to collect the immediate family. That's important, because when you collect the immediate family, then this works like magic. I got to tell you, I did this myself. It works. It works. If you haven't done it, please get onto it. If you're doing it, keep doing it. because it works. So your brother Peter, your other brother Paul, and your sister Jen, as well as yourself. Now, Carlos, this has already been done for you at no additional cost. The reason I'm calling is to ask you, if something were to happen to you, we need to know who you'd like to put down as beneficiary. So then he's going to say, well, my wife. Now, I know his wife's name, right? Is that Mary? He's going to say yes. Or he's going to say, I'll put Mary down, right? And then I'm going to say, is that your wife? Yes. Another yes. Appointment's done. At this point, I'm closing now. Your spouse, great. And you're still at, now, if I don't have the address, I asked him at that point. And Carlos, what's your physical address? He'll tell me the address. I'll be in your area tomorrow. I'm down to closing on the appointment. I'm going to tell you right now, referrals don't have a lot of objections. What you're going to find is that 50% of them are bookable, meaning you can book them. The other 50% are not going to answer, not interested, or wrong number. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's why I said, if you collected 48, I know that 20 or 25 of them may not answer the phone, are going to say not interested right away. Take care, bud. So don't worry about that. Okay, that's just take it as a statistic. Okay, but the other 50%, if you're doing this right, you can book appointments. But again, you notice with every phone script, I have cadence in my voice, right? I have sort of like a jolt of energy. Then I slow it down. Then I tone it up. Then I slow it down again. And then I tone it up again. And then I slow it down at the end, right? That's how it has to feel. This captures attention, right? Have you ever seen a speaker that just reads and it's like you almost fall asleep? Who's ever been to a lecture in university here? And there's a dude just, and it's almost like, man, when is this going to end, right? But if you have someone who is alive, engaging, and kind of like doing, you're more likely to keep paying attention, right? Well, you have to do that within a 2-minute window on the phone. It's just your voice. You're playing with your voice, right? You're bringing it up, you're bringing it down, right? Loud, clear, slow down, act surprised, right? These are the things you have to, folks, this is, again, you're trying to influence. That's what you're trying to do. You're influencing someone to give you their time. That's what it is. Think about it, right? All you're asking is permission to come in and visit them, right? And there's a reason why. It's not a cold call. It's not a cold. Who here has cold called before? You've actually done cold calls. Cold calls. Like you're calling cold, right? I mean, that's tough. That's really tough. We're not cold calling here. You're calling on people that have expressed a form of interest, right? That's why I say it doesn't make sense. Think about even with the union leads, right? They get a letter in the mail, right? They open the letter. They skim the letter. I'm not saying they read the letter. I mean, they don't say, honey, we have to read that union letter tonight. They don't do that, right? They skim the letter, right? Then they find a writing utensil. Am I correct? Pen. They write their information, right? They put it back on the envelope, right? They lick the envelope. They close the envelope. Then what do they do after that? They find a mailbox and they mail it. How could that person not give you an appointment after they did all that? You know how? When we do a poor job on the phone. Okay? Our union leads have a 70 to 80% conversion rate on the phone. You're entitled to a 20% not interested. You're entitled to. There's people that say, you know what? Don't bother. No worries. Hang up. Move on. Okay? Our Wilkit leads have a 50 to 70% conversion on the phone. If you have it lower than that, work hard on your script. Don't pin it on the lead. Okay? Don't pin it on the system. Remember, whatever you're doing right now, somebody's doing 10 times more than you. Is it because they're 10 times better, 10 times taller? No. It's because they're doing tiny little things differently. Learn. Commit to learning this the best you can do it. Okay? Because, in a variable income situation, man, you can increase this as good as you get, as good as the income can get. It's a wonderful thing. So that's the referral phone script, right? I don't have more time now because we're gonna get anyone organized for 4:30 anyway. The last script I have is the POS. Now, most of you don't have POS. Raise your hand if you have POS leads with you. So Ivan, you got some? Okay, so Again, this is my favorite script because it's the simplest. Hi, this is Byron. I'm calling you from your insurance company, AIL. You have a plan with us since January 2002. The reason for my call is I'm a new agent. You don't say I'm your new agent, okay? I'm a new agent. Working in your area, I'd like to come out and introduce myself to you. So you'll have a face and name to our company, review your folder, and make sure you have up-to-date phone numbers, addresses, and briefly review your policy. Are you still at? Pause and confirm address. Great. I'll be working tomorrow. In the next few days will be a good time to drop by to do this. Are you and your spouse home tomorrow? Please write down the name. Write this down. My name is. Once again, we should see you and your spouse's name. And again, be sure to put out your AL folder. This way I can review your policy briefly and make my visit a lot shorter. See you then. That's it. That's my favorite script. I live by it. I swear by it. It works. Okay, if you have POS. Okay.
I have
Yeah.
a POS from some other SGA. I can call you.
Yeah. Well, no, they're my POS. It just says that there's other policies in that household. Yeah, you can call them. Yeah. If it's in your impact, call it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So that's it, gang. So what's going to happen tonight? Okay. Top appointment setter. Top appointment setter. $100. The choice between a gas card and a dinner card. Second place, 75. What did I say?
75,
$75.
175 and 50.
$175 and $50. Okay. Because you'll have a choice. Okay. What I'm going to do is whoever wins on Monday, you're going to get your price. Okay. Either the gas card or the dinner certificate. Okay. Obviously, if you don't have lead assignment yet, right? You can use tonight as this is the first forum huddle. But again, if you're in the room, that means you're only a week away at most anyway from getting your leads. Okay. The rest of you have leads. Let's get productive. Let's work at it. You have the commandments. Carlos is the steward. He's going to be the one making sure that, okay, let's make calls. Come on, dial, smile, dial, smile, dial. You're on break. Take your break. Take your break. Take your break. You've done your break. Get back on the phone. Get back on the phone. Get back on the phone. Okay. So based on that, I appreciate you all. Let's make sure we win. It's March Madness. Appreciate your time. Thank you.